All right, so this one's a little more attainable, and I think it's kind of simple. It ties in a little bit to that champagne
Oh
button,
yeah.
but basically, and it ties into big knolls like golden glamping hour. And I think sunrise and sunset are two of the most special moments of being at an outdoor property. And I think when people arrive or somewhere in the check-in process, if you give them a chance to be like, hey, would you like a coffee delivered to you and at what time tomorrow morning? Or would you like a sunset cocktail or a sunset glass of wine or beer or non-alcoholic beer delivered to you at your tent for sunset tonight and what time? And if it's a part of the check-in experience or simply when they're booking it online and they can select that, I think one, that's a really special way to like consummate a moment, and two, it gives additional revenue for you as the staff and has additional spend per guest.
We did that all the time, not specifically for Connor what you're talking about. At check-in at the Grove, we're upselling in real time during your check-in process, where it's just like, can I deliver a firewood bundle to you tomorrow? Yes, we have complimentary drip coffee, but the lattes are really excellent. I mean, yeah, you have to capture those kind of at check-in. Even like all retail s'mores kit, we sold a lot during the check-in process because we can just hand it to them. Or, like you said, the pre-arrival and the booking process, how can you pre-sale there? So then you're giving that to them at check-in and they feel like they've started their experience with a gift. Our check-in at Bishop's Lodge, you get a water that is has a special chlorophyll mixture that is supposed to help with the altitude sickness. So then you can tell the story about how plants are used by indigenous people for many different remedies, etc. And then you kind of let that be the entry to your stay story.
When you were upselling things at check-in, were you charging them at the time, or would it be added to their bill at the end
Yeah,
of the
so
stay?
we tried to treat it like a store. So we did have like for the check-in, we had a little sheet in which we'd write the room number and the retail, and then we would charge it as we could. We didn't pre-authorize that glamping. I don't know, Connor, how are you advising your clients to do an authorization, or what are your clients doing? We didn't pre-auth. We had cards on file, obviously. We let guests change their cards whenever. But are you checking in? Are your clients checking in that way?
I've never gotten that question actually. Um, so pre-authorization is essentially, to folks listening, it means that the card can be charged automatically without a signature, correct?
Correct, yeah. You're authorizing for your
Yeah.
incidentals. Maybe it's $50 over. Um, all of our payments were paid. Like our guests paid at time of booking, and then when they checked in, they did not get a incidental hold. We just used it like the store. Mhm.
I mean, can you just give them the guest an option at check-in? Be like, hey, would you like to authorize your card so you can make
Yeah, definitely. We
purchases,
just didn't
like
find it
on-the-go
was
purchases?
necessary. So we just would charge them when we had a moment to charge them, Nick. But we had everything listed, and it just because we were communicating with our guests via text message. Guests were walking into the camp store. They were giving requests as they were checking in. Man, I miss that team. It was I mean I like my job, but like that team was so high performing. I like what if I never see that team like that performance again? Like these are the things that like keep me up at night, like about like so to the listeners, as you're building out your teams, like keep doubling down on the people that you are like really, really know that execute. But like there's a lot when it's going right, it just feels natural and there's no friction, right? So it's just like there it takes friction to get there. We always used to say iron sharpens iron, right? Like you like that sometimes it takes that to get to a sharper place. But like when it's really good and your guests know too.
But
Yeah.